Hey, good morning, children. How are you all? So I hope you all are fine. Children, today we are going to read a very beautiful poem. As you can see on the screen, we are going to learn chapter 9, that is the Rainbow Fairies. It is all about nature. We are going to learn about rainbow, fairies, beautiful fairies. Children, you know what is a rainbow? Obviously, you know, you might have seen in the sky also. Children, what do you think? When does the rainbow comes out in the sky? Yes, when there you can see when there is a very light rainfall and the sun shines in the sky. So with the reflection of that, the small droplet, water droplets, and the sun shines on it, then we can see a rainbow is made in the sky. Children, do you know how many colors are there in a rainbow? 7 colors. And we call it Vibgyor. What is Vibgyor, children? V stands for violet, I indigo, B blue, G green, Y yellow, O for orange, and R for red. So there are 7 colors in the sky. And all of you know what is a fairy. Whenever there is dress competition, fancy dress competition in the school, most of the girls are getting ready in the form of a fairy. They become fairy, beautiful fairies with beautiful dresses, a magic stick in the hand, a beautiful crown on the head. So here we are going to learn about the rainbow fairies. And how will we learn, children? Through a poem. So let's see what is written in the poem. But before that, we will learn warm up. Color this rainbow according to the numbers given. Color the clouds too. See, children, we can see here numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First one is already done for you. You know, first color is violet. So violet color is this one. Now, in the second one, you have to fill indigo. In the same way, third blue, then green, yellow, orange, and red. And children, you know what is the color of the sky or clouds? You can use light blue here for the clouds. You can do a beautiful shading. So let's start reading. Do clouds cry? Read this poem about 2 clouds that began to cry. Find out who cheered them up. So children, what do you think? If the clouds will cry, what will happen? Children, when we cry, what happened? Water droplets come out of the eyes. Okay, come out of our eyes. In the same way, if the clouds will cry, water droplets will come out and they will fall on the earth. And what will happen? It will start raining. So, we have to read this poem and we have to know why these clouds are crying and then who cheered them up and who made them happy. So let's see. Here we can see a beautiful picture, cute picture of 2 clouds, how they are looking at the old father sun and father sun. He is smiling. 2 little clouds one summer's day went flying through the sky. They went so fast they bumped their heads and both began to cry. We can see here 2 little clouds, children. One summer's day means it is a summer season. So we are talking about one summer day. What happened? 2 little clouds, they were flying through the sky, children. Sky is the home of cloud, right? So they can move freely anywhere in the sky, like you all. You all can move in your home anywhere, this room, that room, sometimes roof, sometimes in the garden, anywhere. In the same way, sky is the home of clouds. So they are moving freely in the sky. But what happened? They were moving so fast that they bumped their heads. Means suppose these are 2 clouds. So they were moving. One is coming from this side, one is coming from this side. And they bumped their heads. Means they banged their heads. And just imagine, obviously they will get hurt, and then both began to cry and water droplets are coming out of their eyes and they will fall on the ground. And what will we think? We will think that it is raining. Now who came? Old father sun. Old father sun looked out and said, "Oh, never mind, my dears. I will send my little fairy folk to dry your falling tears." So can you see here a beautiful picture of old Father Sun? He is smiling at the two clouds. Okay, but he's saying he came, he looked at them and he said, oh, please don't mind, because, and he is also calling them my dears. Okay, because sun also lives in the sky, they also, so they are connected in some or the other way. So he's saying, please don't mind my dears. And Father Sun is saying that I will send my little fairy folk. Folk means people, children, when they are in a group. Okay, so here also he will not send one fairy, but he will send many fairies. Why? To dry the falling tears. Who is crying here? Clouds are crying. Okay, so Father Sun will send many fairies to dry the falling tears of the two clouds. Now one fairy came in violet and one wore indigo. In blue, green, yellow, orange, red, they made a pretty row. See children, they are wearing gowns. Okay, the first one you can see it is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So they are in 7 colors and they are coming one by one to I see they made a pretty row. Row means what? Line. See how they are coming in a line. They are so decent, right? They have two beautiful wings also. They can fly. This fairy, she is wearing a crown also because she is the first one. And she is wiping the tears of the clouds. Okay, and then one by one all the fairies will come and they will wipe the tears of the clouds. One by one in a row. They wiped the clouds' tears all away, and then from out the sky, what happened? Upon a line the sunbeams made, they hung their gowns to dry. See children, clouds' tears means the rain. Okay, when the clouds' tears comes out, what happened? It rains. So they are wiping the tears away. Okay, and then what happened in the sky? Children, you all have seen sun. How the sun rays comes out from everywhere, all of its parts. It is round in shape, sun is round in shape. So from all the parts, the sunbeams are coming out in the straight line like this, fine. So what happened? Upon a line, the sunbeam is making line. See here, sunbeams means what? Rays from the sun, and line means a close line, a string on which clothes are dried. So what happened? The line which is made from the rays of the sun, these fairies, they will hang their gowns to dry. Why? Because now the gowns are wet. Why? Because they have wiped the tears of the clouds. So it is such a beautiful poem. It is written by L.M. Hadley. So children, here I want to tell you one thing. You have to write the rhyming words also, like sky, cry, dears, tears, violet, red, indigo, row, and then sky, dry. These are the rhyming words. So I hope you have understood the poem, children. What we have learned here about the rainbow fairy. Let us learn once again. So what happened? It was the summer morning, it was the summer day, and two little clouds, they were moving freely in the sky. And what happened? They were moving so fast that they banged their heads like this, and they got hurt and they started crying. And when they were crying, all the tears were coming out of the eyes, and the people felt that it is raining. Then who came? Old Father Sun. He looked at the two clouds and said, please don't mind, my dear clouds. I will send my beautiful fairies to you, and they will dry your falling tears. And then who came? All the 7 fairies in the different 7 colors. And what are the different 7 colors? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. And they made a pretty row, means pretty line. And one by one they wiped the tears of the clouds with their gowns. But we can see a hanky, a small handkerchief. And then what happened? Sunbeam means the rays were coming out of the sun. and it was making a line where all these beautiful fairies, they hung their gowns to dry because they were wet. So children, I hope you have understood this. So that's all for today children. Thank you.